I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact focused on personal growth, my Knowledge Workbook series and Creative Healing course can help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And in this video, we're going to be talking to you about my ex watches all my stories.
We hear it all the time.
Yeah. When you are going through a breakup and you see that your ex is still looking at your social media, it is so confusing because your thought is, if you don't want to be with me, why are you still looking? Why do you still care?
Why are you interested?
Yeah. But we have been dealing with breakups for a very long time. And just because somebody ends a relationship, it doesn't mean that they don't doubt their decision. It doesn't mean that they don't miss you and that part of them wants to keep track of you and know what's going on in your life.
Right. So we're going to talk about what happens when an ex keeps watching every one of your stories. Sometimes it can be as soon as you post it, they're the first viewer. Sometimes it could be every single story that you post, you're seeing that their name is under the viewer list. So we're going to talk about this whole phenomena today.
Yeah, it's very interesting because now with social media, we post so much of our life publicly. And to be honest, many of you are posting it just to see if they look, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be honest with yourselves. And you can really overdo it. I just talked to a woman, I think it was yesterday, who said she posts 7 times a day.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, you're posting just to see if he watches. And she's like, yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah. That's way too much.
Yeah.
Because you want them to wonder about you, where you're at and what you're doing. And if they can see everything you're doing in your life, there's no anxiety of where you are. You know, they feel connected to you all the time.
Right. And I know for some of you, it might not even be your personal account that they're looking at. Sometimes it's a business account, or if you're a content creator yourself, it could be that account. So it's interesting just how strange behaviors you can start seeing from your ex.
Yeah. So you're going to be playing games and they're going to be playing games too. Don't think that they're not going to play games and purposely not look or only watch a certain amount of stories or, you know, do those kind of things as well.
Right. And they might also still be curious about what's going on in your life. Just because you break up with somebody doesn't mean you forget about them the next second, doesn't mean that you weren't attached, doesn't mean that you wonder what's going on in their life. And with social media at our hands' grasp nearly all the time, it's super easily accessible for them. So they might still be curious. Now, does it mean that they want to get back together? Not necessarily. A lot of times we see exes have a lot of ambivalence. It could be that they're looking to see, is there something I'm going to find on their story that either confirms my decision? I see that they posted that they are drinking and partying all the time. Oh, I'm glad that I broke up with them for drinking and partying all the time.
Yep.
Or are they going to see something that makes them question or doubt their decision in the breakup? Wait, this person is, showing up for themselves, or wow, this person, looks different, is showing up different, is social now, and they never went out with anybody, when we were together. So they could be looking for either confirmation or something to make them question their decision.
Yeah. I mean, I know I've done it in the past, right? I remember when I had gotten a new car and the Applebee's girl was like, so I see you got a new Lexus.
Interesting.
Yeah, you want to come out in the parking lot and see it? Yeah, but you don't need to do stuff like that because, you need them to wonder a bit. It's okay to post here and there, but you guys certainly are overdoing it, especially if you were the kind of person that didn't post at all in the relationship.
Right.
And now you're posting 5 times a day. They know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. And another one is they might be curious if you've moved on or if you're dating someone new. And I know many of you like to play around with this. You like to have your friend in a hoodie be in the background, or you like to,
Is that a leg by the fire pit?
Yeah, right. Have your buddy paint his nails and, show up at the dinner.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we saw that recently as a joke, and then it backfired on the guy. Remember you sent me something on Instagram?
And so, they could be curious as to if you've moved on or if you haven't. And you might be asking yourself, well, why they broke up with me? Once again, it's not like they forget overnight. They're still attached. They might still be curious, and there might still be that little bit of ambivalence. So what do you do? Well, first off, you don't want to use it as an excuse to reach out. Them watching your story does not count as them reaching out to you or making an attempt to have a conversation or dialogue with you.
Yep. And you don't want to do it when they post something to trigger you about their narcissistic ex that they're so happy they left, right? You don't want to play those kind of games. You're looking for them to make some kind of contact with you. Not that they're watching a story that is not any kind of contact. That's just them, spying, stalking, whatever.
Right.
But that's okay. We want them to do it. We just don't want you to overdo it so they can see, oh, well, you're acting like a different person after this breakup.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you do bring it up, let's say they're watching your story and you mention it to them, just be aware that they're either going to downplay it most likely or they're going to start distancing.
Yes.
So just be aware of that.
That's a great point because they could if it's in the unconscious between that connection between you both, and it's like, I know you're watching and you know you're watching, but we're not saying it, it's okay. But if you're like, how come you're watching my stories? They're going to be like, oh, I didn't even do it on purpose.
I watch everyone's stories.
Yeah, I was just watching a bunch of stories and it happened to go on yours. I didn't even notice. And so now they're going to not look. So you don't want to bring it up. Okay. It's not something to address.
Yeah. Right. Now, if they do reply to one of your stories and they actually start a conversation, then you don't want to ignore it either. That's not what we're saying.
Sure.
So if they, swipe up and start to communicate with you, that's something else. That's where we do want you to engage if you're trying to repair the relationship.
What if I get a fire emoji?
Oh, then you got choices. You can like it. You can reply if you'd like, but
I suppose you could like it. You could like your fire emoji reply.
Just fire emoji reply back. Play the emoji game.
Fine, so be it. Two can play at that. But yeah, we want you to be careful and we want you to act like a mature adult. We don't want you to lose emotional self-control in your posting. We don't want you to post extra to see if they're watching. You want to remain relatively the same that you were in that relationship. Because if you start to act different, they're going to be like, okay, I know they're posting to get my attention. I know they're trying to make me jealous. And that's a big one.
Right.
Don't try to make your ex jealous.
No.
Those things backfire.
And they typically see right through it.
Yep. And they'll get angry and do it even worse. Right. And let's face it, women could do that a lot worse to men with the jealousy ploy, right?
Well, now with AI, have you
That's
seen
true.
those trends and those jokes?
AI is like, we got you back. We got your back, brothers. Suddenly, all these guys have these stunningly beautiful women all around them.
It's crazy what they can do.
Yeah,
nowadays.
it's true. And now they're doing how many times have you seen the videos with the parents?
Oh, yeah.
They're pranking the parents with
The cleaning lady.
like there's this really hot woman at the house and the mom's like, who's over there?
They're calling. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, so now AI is going to get your back. But seriously, don't play those kind of games.
No. And you also don't want to make them feel guilty. We know that when you're going through a breakup, many of you are in a highly emotional state. Many of you are a lot more open to emotional content, and you might be reposting and sharing this kind of content. Just be aware of, what your ex can view versus can't view. You don't want to portray that you're, having this really difficult time and cause them to feel guilty or want them to feel guilty, because that's not going to help in repairing.
No.
At this point, they've made that decision. It's really on you to be able to work through those emotions and learn how to self-regulate and soothe. If your ex isn't viewing, or if you want to share things with, people around you privately, that's something different. But just be mindful. We know that sometimes when you're feeling really emotional, it can bypass your rational mind. You might start posting things that later you look back and think, oh my gosh, that was really traumatic.
One other thing to consider, if you see that they're watching your stories, they're allowing you to know that they're watching your stories. There are many websites, if your profile is public, they could be watching all of those stories through those websites.
So be aware.
Yeah. So unless you have a private account, they could be public or watching on these public websites that you don't even know that they're watching.
So just be aware. You know, sometimes where you think you might be posting publicly to where your ex can't see or you don't see their name under your viewer list, if you're public, they might still be watching through another method.
Or their friends and family or a
Right.
fake account. So there's a lot of different ways. Okay.
Right. So just be aware of that.
All right. So we covered a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously, we get a lot of different questions regarding social media, and we can, of course, talk about your specifics in a call. If you want to get our help personally, you could do that on my website, askcraig.net. I do email coaching and I do Zoom calls. Coach Victoria is also available for Zoom calls.
I'm here whenever you'd like to chat.
Just sign up by clicking on her name at the top of the website and we'll get you scheduled. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth,
And I'm Coach Victoria.
and we will talk with you soon.